Welcome to our annual Cyber Sunday event. This is our Cyber JDM 30, 40, 50 super sale that we do every year. Select items 30% off, select items 40% off, even select items 50% off store-wide. We're going to jump right into it so we can enjoy the final week of Black Friday chaos. Welcome to Cyber Sunday, everyone. Let's go. All right, welcome back, my friends. I am Ben with the Hook of Tackle, the Tackle Otaku on Instagram, being joined this beautiful Sunday morning by my buddy David. David, happy belated Thanksgiving.
Thank you, sir.
Happy belated Thanksgiving to all of you. I hope you guys had an amazing week, an amazing Thanksgiving. On behalf of myself and everybody here at the Hook of Tackle, guys, thank you so much for your business, for your support. Black Friday, we spread it out over a couple weeks this year just to try to make it a little bit easier on everybody, and it's been amazing, and we're always overwhelmed by the support. So thank you guys for your business. If you guys took advantage of our buy one, get one half off rods, reels, and apparel on actual Black Friday, thank you also for your business. I was in charge of manning the chat, so if you were on chat, that was me. Hello. Thank you for chatting in. That was fun. So, guys, thank you very much. Today, we officially begin Cyber Sunday. This is where we get to wrap everything up. First off, cheers.
Cheers.
We somehow flew through November. So, cheers to the last day of November to you guys. I can't believe tomorrow it is here. Christmas month of chaos.
Man.
Right? So, cheers to everybody. Happy last day of November. And man, we got some fun still in store for today and tomorrow for you guys for Cyber Sunday, Cyber Monday. But enough talking. There it is.
Oh, yeah.
And someday I'll be able to pull some strings and we can do 30% off Orion. That's the dream.
That is absolutely
Forget
the dream.
tackle.
No.
All right, shall we jump into this? It's going to be fun. All right, so as I mentioned, we divided the store into basically three different categories: a 30% off bucket, a 40% off bucket, and a 50% off bucket. There's so many things to go through, so we're going to fly through the majority of them today. If it's a smaller thing, we're just going to throw it up online. You guys can browse through. We'll put very easy links to follow down in the description so you guys can find whatever it is that you're looking for. The discounts will apply when you add something to cart. Okay, so just drop it in the cart and you can see the discount apply automatically. If you're shopping for something that's not included in the 30, 40, 50 sale, we are going to keep the 20% off Black Friday sale going. So things like used rods, some of the smaller things, maybe, bass puzzle grass piece, or there's going to be a handful of exclusions on some of these brands today that you're going to see that have deeper discounts, but maybe you wanted something that's excluded. You can go down and find that through the 20 as well, okay? So take advantage. Our plan is to run this 30, 40, 50 all week, but we're going to sell out of a lot of the key items. So I would scoop these up quickly if any of it speaks to you, and enjoy and have fun last chaos Black Friday week. And please be patient with us on the shipping times. This sale always overwhelms us, and we're already a couple days behind. We caught up pretty good this week, but this is going to put us back behind. So if you need something urgently, make sure you order it with overnight shipping, 2-day shipping. If you order with standard free shipping, thank you for your business and thank you for your patience ahead of time. Okay, it's just going to take us a few days to get unburied. Okay, let's dive in. Let's start at our 30% off category. This is our largest category. So this is going to be 30% off these brands and items that I'm about to show you. Let's dig in. Let's start our 30% off category with one of my favorite brands and a brand favorite around here, Depths. So 30% off all depths, and it's going to be good for soft plastics. It's going to be good for hard base. You want the new giant Corrigan brake. Maybe you want to scoop up one of the last of the Bone Airs. Still a handful of those left in the 250s. Spinner baits, soft plastics. Of course, you guys know the bull flats, the scats, all that kind of stuff. So 30% off depths Here you go. That's a good way to start that category. Let's keep going. All right, one of my favorite brands on the planet, and for sure a shop favorite, OSP, 30% off. So it's gonna be good for everything from soft plastics to hard baits, crankbaits, jerk baits, metal blade jigs, doe live beavers, right? Anything you can think of, 30% off OSP. There is brand number 2 in the category. All right, brand number 3 in the 30% off category, DRT.
Oh yeah.
Okay, now, I don't have a lot of inventory here, but anything that is in stock, you guys can have it at 30% off. We've got a full lineup of the police. We've got some soft plastics. I've got a bunch of spare tails, some TK and some K9s. I've got some of the larger baits, like a couple frenzies, a couple ghosts. So if any of that speaks to you and you guys want to take advantage, there you go, 30% off DRT. All right, 30% off Z-Man. Now there's not much there, but the important things are there, and that is the Z-Man Evergreen jackhammer. So take advantage of that. It's good on the jackhammer, good on the stealth, good on the baby jack. It's good on our custom colors, good on anything that is in stock there on the jackhammer. So 30% off all of those. Boom. Let's jump over to the line category. I'm going to spend a minute on this one to clarify a couple of things, okay? But Sunline is in the 30% off category. Okay, now there are a couple of exclusions, a couple of things I want to walk through on this one so we can talk about it. First off, pretty much all the braids, you know, the All Might, something that, you know, I basically live on. All the sizes and colors are in stock now. You can pick up any of their, you know, kind of nicher fluorocarbons, any of their new stuff is all going to be 30% off. Now, Sunline earlier this year instituted a MAP pricing policy on shooter and sniper, so you're not seeing it go for sale. However, sniper is going through a revision right now. So you guys are used to this Sunline Super FC sniper. There is a new version of sniper that they are transitioning to that has their new plasmarized technology. Okay, so sniper moving forward is going to be in new packaging and is going to have a new coating and cleaning process to it. Okay, when you get the bulk spools, the old spools used to look like this in these kind of plasticky things. The new spools are going to go to this more kind of paper packaging, and they're going to have that plasmarized tech on there. Okay, so we have separated these out into 2 separate categories so you guys know if you're getting the new sniper or the previous version of sniper. Just to help clean things up, the previous version of sniper, if you want it, you can have it 30% off. Okay, so that's going to be the one with no plasma rise. The current version of sniper with plasma rise is MAP priced. Okay, so that will not be available for the discount. But you guys can scoop up whatever inventory is left on the previous version of sniper. Filler spools, 660s, 1200 yards, they're all there and they're available for you guys 30% off. While we're at it, David, let's just do all lines 30% off.
Let's go.
So everything in the store line-wise, we'll just make 30% off, okay? So I'll fly through some of these for you. Seagar, tons of options in here. From, you know, the older Smackdown braid that a lot of you guys love to the new PEX8 Lure Edition that Griff's been loving. Tatsu and Vizex, you guys want to do bulk spools, regular, you can knock yourself out at 30 off. We'll do 30 off on all the Daiwa lines as well. So they have the Samurai Flora, both the Hidden Concept, which is the grain, and the clear. You guys can pick up filler spools or bulk spools on that. You can pick up the braids as well, from the Samurai braid to the J braid, any of that stuff you guys can scoop up. X braid, we'll do the same, 30% off. I've even got some JDM Daiwa fluoros in there, so we'll throw them all in that link. You guys can shop around and have at it, okay? 30% off anything line-wise for Cyber Sunday. Boom. All right, next one is a big one. How about 30% off another favorite brand here through the store, Raid Japan. This is gonna be good for everything Raid except the rods. Okay, so rods will be excluded from the 30%. They are still available at the 20% off Black Friday, so you guys can still scoop those up. Everything else, Raid, you can have 30%. So soft baits, spinner baits, you want the swim baits, you want the hard baits, even their new, jerk baits, swim baits. I've got a bunch of super fish rollers. And knock yourself out, 30% off anything Raid. Another fan favorite in store, Bottom Up, is also going to be 30% off. So Bottom Up makes the amazing Beeble spinnerbait. They make some incredible soft plastics as well. Evolve Swimmers, Bull's Hog Daddy. We got a ton of in stock. There's some jigs, there's some hard baits, the gimmies, all that will be 30% off for you guys. A relatively new brand to the market. Let's throw it in the 30% off and let you guys have a stab at it. This is Revonic. Okay, so Revonic, mainly known for their Shindy and their Volbeat. They've got some top waters as well. The Volbeat is going to be that lipless that comes in both a sinking and a floating one knocker. It has the ability to take the lip in the front so you can deflect off a cover. A very, very cool bait. The Shindy is a thin-walled shimmy style jerk bait that shimmies on the paws. So where most baits kind of shimmy as they sink, right? This one's going to twitch and then shimmy on the paws. A very, very cool bait. So anything Revonic, 30% off Cyber Sunday. I know a lot of you are living under ice and in freezing cold conditions already. So what a great time to stock up on top water.
Oh, yeah.
Right? 30% off everything tackle. Now this does have an exclusion. It does exclude the new Kick Knocker Stealth that just released last week. So Stealths will not be a part of the 30%, but everything else you can knock yourself out. So if you guys need frogs, you can grab those. You need slash kickers, kick knockers, max squeakers, drunkers, 30% off everything tackle. All right, a couple of terminal brands. Let's do 30% off Owner. And let's do a 30% off BKK. So anything you guys want, Owner or BKK, treble hooks, swim bait hooks, jig heads, strolling things, whatever you guys want, you can knock yourself out that way. Let's do a 30% off Glideways. So anything Swim Bait Republic, there's not a lot, but whatever is left, you guys can knock yourselves out. I think we've got a handful of colors of the Glideway 176. You guys can take advantage and scoop those up. All right. Few more, David. Hang in there with me. I told you this is a big category in the 30. Let's jump over to Lobina. Anything Lobina Lures, 30% off. They make the Rico, Loco Rico, Suave. Again, another top water company, but amazing poppers. You guys can scoop those up. Ima will also do it 30% off, okay? So Ima, probably most famous here in the US, again, for their top waters, but they make some great crankbaits. There's a lot of trout and BFS baits for you BFS guys that we just restocked their IMO-wise, so you guys can take advantage of that. K-Tech will also throw in a 30% off, okay? And that's gonna be good on everything. So jigs, spinner baits, soft plastics, whatever we got in stock, you guys can have. All right, how about 30% off all things Spro?
Oh, wow.
And that'll include Chad Shad. Okay, so if you guys want Chad Shads, frogs, you want swim baits, rats, crankbaits, whatever you want, you guys can knock yourselves out there. 30% off all of that. Let's have some fun customizing our reels. Let's do the same thing. 30% off on SLP Works stuff. Okay, so you need handle sets, you need grips, you need cranks, you need whatever. You guys can knock yourself out there. SLP is going to fit Daiwa. Okay, so Daiwa only. But if you guys are Daiwa fans, any of it will fit any of it. There you go, 30% off. And while we are on Daiwa, I know we talked about the Daiwa line being 30 off. Let's do the same for Daiwa accessories. Okay, so if you guys need boxes, you need scissors, you need full bags full of boxes, anything Daiwa accessories wise, we'll do 30% off. We'll throw it into the correct list so you guys can see it, but you guys can take advantage of that. And then finally, to wrap up our 30% off category, let's do turtle boxes, okay? So you can do either the original size or the new size. This is a very cool size. I've got one on my e-bike. I've got one in my boat that I keep. So fully waterproof. You guys don't have to worry about the rigidity of this thing or getting splashed or getting wet. So 30% off anything Turtlebox. All right, let's jump to our next category, our 40% off category. I'm just gonna start flying through this. There's a ton in a 30, there's a bunch in this 40 as well. Let's kick things off right here. Our friends at Lucky Craft, 40% off. Okay, so 40% off anything Lucky Craft, whether you want LV500s, you want topwaters, you want crankbaits, jerkbaits, even the saltwater stuff will all be 40% off. Evergreen slides in at the 40% off mark as well. Okay, so this is gonna be for all Evergreen branded baits, crankbaits, jerkbaits, topwaters. I've got soft plastics. You want it on the spinner baits, buzz baits, even the rods. I don't think there's many rods left, but you guys can have it if it's an Evergreen branded item, 40% off. All right, next 40% off brand, how about Duo? And Duo is a big brand, so it's going to take a while for you guys to explore everything, but everything Duo will be 40% off. From their jerk baits, they make amazing lipless, soft plastics, right? Whether it's the BR fish or any of their other baits, crankbaits, even the spin baits, everything is going to be 40% off. That was almost smooth, but enjoy Duo Cyber Sunday. How about our friends at Nishini? We're also going to throw them into the 40% off Cyber Sunday bucket. Hard baits, soft baits, jerk baits, crankbaits, whatever you guys want, Nishini is 40% off. All right, here's a big one at 40, Jackal.
Oh, damn.
Everything Jackal, 40% off. Hard baits, frogs, swim baits, lipless, soft baits, even gonna be good on the rods. So if you guys wanna take 40% off any of the Jackal rods I have left, I don't have many, but you guys can take advantage. Everything Jackal, 40 off. Our friends at Bait Sanity also going to pass on the 40% off. Now there is an exclusion with Bait Sanity. It does exclude the brand new Hog Hunter Finesse Minnow swim bait that just dropped last week. That will be excluded from the 40. Everything else is fair game, okay? So you wanna try an Explorer gill, you wanna try a tug, you want to try one of the SC lipless or the jerkbait, have at it. 40% off. You guys can mix and match anything. And I didn't forget about the tug winners. I will announce that at the end of the episode as well. All right, friends at Imakatsu also jumping into the 40% off bucket. Swim baits, jerk baits, crankbaits, soft plastics, lots of fun, interesting, unusual things from Imakatsu. Everything will be 40% off for Cyber Sunday. Fish Magnet has a very cool worm out. There's several baits that hopefully will start trickling in this year, but for now you have the Magatail 4.5. It's a great one to throw on a flick shake or a Neko rig, but we'd love for you to try them, so take 40% off of those for Cyber Sunday. You saltwater guys, I got you. All Nature Boys, 40% off. I know it's not exactly season, but if I've got it in stock, you're welcome to stock up while you can at 40% off. For you freshwater guys, back to you. How about Yamamoto? Everything 40% off. So you need some Senkos, you need some Yamatanukis, or whatever you need, you guys can have at 40% off. All right, staying in some soft plastics for a minute. Issei, anything Issei in stock you guys can have at 40 off. I've got some gill flats, I've got some gill swimmers, I've got some worms, I've got a variety of things in stock Issei wise, so you guys can take advantage there. I'm also gonna do the same thing in Roboworm. Okay, so anything Roboworm, new colors, old colors, whatever size you guys can have at 40% off. All right, friends at Gancraft, also going to pass on a 40% off anything in stock there. There's a handful of really good key colors of jointed claws, both freshwater and saltwater versions, so you guys might want to scoop those up. PB Rat is going to pass on the 40% off as well. Anything in stock there, 2-piece, 3-piece, the mice, the rats, anything there, 40% off PB Rat. And then let's wrap things up with a couple more brands. How about Nori's? Everything Nori's 40% off, from soft plastics to spinner baits, frogs, whatever you guys need Nori's wise. Probably still one of the most underutilized brands here in the US, so give it a shot. 40% off everything Nori's. And then finally, the sunglasses that the majority of our crew has switched to Smith. We'll pass it on 40% off to you. Basically let you buy it at cost. So any of the polarized glasses in their lineup, you guys can have. There's some amazing gray lenses. I love more of the copper and the amber colors, but you guys can knock yourself out. Tons of frames, 40% off anything there from Smith. All right, David, our final category, our 50% off category. Let's start sending it on this. We're going to start with some specific items from Megabass. Now, as much as I'd love to put the whole brand on sale sometimes for you guys know that's impossible. But they did greenlight us a few items, so I will give them to you here. First up is the Megabass Body Balance Jig Head. Okay, so this was built for the Megabass Spark Shad 4-inch or 5-inch. One of my favorite heads with the 5-inch Spark Shad. It works great as well with the 5-inch Magdraft Freestyle. It's built with the lead underneath the head, so you're going to have a more horizontal balanced fall as it falls. It's a great head, 3/8 and 1/2 ounce, a handful of colors. When they're gone, so you guys can scoop those up. I also got the green light for Megabass apparel. Okay, so any of the jackets, you guys can knock yourselves out at 50% off. There's some great ones in here. There's some blow attack hoodies, some blizzards left. There's a jacket that we all wear a lot, which is called the Wilderness. This is a jacket, I've got 2 of them. I keep one in my boat and one in my closet. It's basically a light rain shell. It's a perfect windbreaker. It's a perfect, highly waterproof rain jacket. For me, it's as waterproof as any Simms Gore-Tex jacket I have, but it's light. It's not going to be like a winter storm rain gear because it's very thin, so you feel everything through it. But if you guys are golfing, if you're fishing in like hot to medium chilly weather, it's super, super dope, and it's fun. There's lots of cool colors in it. There's orange, there's purple. It's my favorite yellow color. So you guys can knock yourself out there and scoop those up 50% off. By the way, on Megabass clothing, make sure you order 1 full size above. Okay, so if you're normally a large, make sure you get an XL. If you're sometimes a large and sometimes an XL, go to a 2XL. Okay, so at least 1 full size above. Okay, so that way you get a fit true to size. I don't have a lot of inventory at the moment in Simms, but if I have it, you can have it 50% off. Okay, so anything Simms, I've got some packs, I've got some gloves, there's some waders over there, there's some boots, there's still a handful of jackets in there as well. There's some Solar Flex, so if you guys want to scoop anything Simms up, you can have it 50% off during Cyber Sunday. All right, I know you bait finesse guys always feel a little left out, so I've got a handful of brands that might be worth you putting on your radar, okay? So we'll do 50% off all of these. Wilderness, very popular kind of trout brand, made in Japan. Very, very cool kind of sinking, minnow style baits. So anything Wilderness, you guys can have 50% off. We're going to do the same for Kino. So another kind of bait finesse trout brand there. So again, just a different style minnow type option. You guys can have at it there. And then we're going to do 50% off all Zip Baits and Bass Day. Okay, so they have some, of course, traditional bass fishing stuff, but lots of bait finesse stuff, trout specific stuff. Smaller, Zip Baits has some smaller bait finesse minnows that actually have a weight transfer system in it as well. So might be worth putting on your radar and trying something new, especially while you can get it for 50% off. All right, couple of jig heads we'll throw in the 50% off. Anything Buckeye, you guys can have at it. Scope head is our best selling Buckeye item, but if it's in stock, you guys can have it. We're gonna do the same for Tado. So anything Tado designs, basically we have the Maverick swim bait head is the main thing we have. So if it's in stock, you guys can have it at 50% off. All right, Shimano or Daiwa? That is the question. We're gonna let you guys decide. I'm gonna put both of them in the 50% off bracket for their lures. Okay, so it won't apply to reels, it won't apply to rods, but anything Shimano lure wise, 50% off. Anything Daiwa lure wise, 50% off. So Shimano, you've got the great Arma Joint, you've got all their new jerk baits, crankbaits. Daiwa, you've got TD minnows, Dr. minnows, I've got Gladicals, I've got some Steez jerk baits and spinner baits. So knock yourself out. Anything Daiwa Shimano lure wise, 50% off. All right, let's fly through the last of these. Anything Adusta that's still in stock, you guys can have at 50% off. They make Silent Blaster, a handful of other baits. If I've got it, you guys are welcome to it. Eisvogel is a relatively new brand, new Japanese brand, but they make some really interesting things. They've got an Avito swim bait. They've got the Freegal Craw soft plastic. They make the Reversey Vibe, which is a very cool kind of lipless. Knock yourself out. You want to try something different and unique, you guys can have those at 50% off. Elements. Anything Da Vinci wise from Elements, you guys can have at 50% off. There's multiple sizes, there's different tails you can put on them. A very cool, kind of a swim bait lipless hybrid. You guys can have it at 50% off. Anything Elements. All right, anything Valley Hill, the LV GP200 is the main item that we carry from Valley Hill, but any of the LV series you guys can have at 50% off while supplies last. These are probably going to fly out of here, so scoop those up if you want them. Anything Madness includes hard baits and soft baits. So you want the Seppers, you want the Ballums, knock yourself out, you can have them at 50. And then anything JDM knife wise, you guys can have as well. We started bringing these in last year. Bunch of options in there from steels to carbons, different things, so you guys can have at 50 off. All right, last week we had our buddy Fahad, the mastermind and creator of Bait Sanity, in to drop and introduce his brand new collab with Hog Hunter, the Finesse Minnow swim bait. He also brought us a very special custom color crappie pattern in the Explorer Gill that we had some debate over the color name, right? And I would say after hundreds and hundreds of responses from you guys, the debate is still going. So many of you thought it looked like a crappie, many of you thought it looked like, a variety of things, and I appreciate the humor a lot of you gave. But we decided that we are going to donate and gift 5 Bait Sanity tugs to you guys just for commenting below, and we just scrolled through and randomly picked 5 names. So if I announce your names, congratulations, you're going to win a Bait Sanity tug. This is one of the most unique hard baits on the market. I think if it was designed a little bit more aggressively and mean looking, it'd probably be one of the better selling topwater baits on the market, but it's kind of a hybrid topwater swim bait style bait. It has a shifting weight inside that's called the glide leap system, that when you hit it right and you really get your timing, that weight helps propel the bait out of the water and jump. It's a very, very cool bait. I'd love for you guys to try it. So in no particular order, at complete random, if I call your name, reach out to us and we will ship this to you. If you have an existing order, we'll drop in your order. If not, we'll just send it to you, okay? So congratulations to Catch What Bites, okay? And we'll put this down in the description as well. And if that is you, reach out to us. Charles Thomas, 5926. Emmett's Hippie, 6679. I'm assuming it's Emmett's Hippie. Brian Lee, 9074. And Chio Safin, 2898. Congratulations, you guys won a Bait Sanity tug on me. Thank you guys for all your comments and your support of Bait Sanity. So enjoy the tugs. All right, and just like that, we are done for today. I release you to shop. Okay, so 30, 40, 50 is going to go all day today for Cyber Sunday, all day today for Cyber Monday. If we have anything left, we'll carry it on through the week, but enjoy the deepest store-wide sale that we do all year for Cyber Sunday and Cyber Monday. And again, on behalf of myself and David and everybody here at the Hookup Tackle Guys, we really appreciate the business and support. Thank you so much for letting us be a part of this community and to get to geek out on tackle and Orion beer and all the fun stuff in life. It's because of you guys. So cheers to you. Thank you guys very much. We survived November. We'll celebrate one more day and then on to December we go. So David, cheers.
Cheers, kind
Good
sir.
job surviving November. Here's to December. Enjoy the sales, my friends. If you have questions on anything, you know where to find me. I'll be hanging out on Instagram, and I'll do my best to keep up with comments today as well. If you have trouble with anything that we talked about, you know where to hit me up. So enjoy the sales. Enjoy the discounts. For now, it's cheers. I will see you guys next Sunday. Enjoy your Sunday, everyone. Peace.